welcome everybody. Boo! I've got to do the TJ intro when he's not here. But hello everyone, welcome back to TJ Warren TV. It has finished. Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1. Really tense game. Really tense game. I think the draw was deserved, in my opinion. We walk away with a point, still top of the league at Christmas, a point ahead of Liverpool. Wow, that was a bit of a heart racer, that game. Dal, how are you? Actually, before we get into it, please do like and subscribe before anything. We're trying to get TJ to 700 subscribers. TJ is currently away for Christmas, so he's not by his desk at the moment. So that's why I'm stepping in for him hosting today. But of course, it's not TJ Warren TV without the co-host with the most. OregonGooner, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Conor. The game was at 9:30 this morning, so I got up right at 9:15 and a little breakfast, and I was right on the telly. But no, I'm doing great. I got a lot of Christmas shopping to do after this, so we'll make a little short and sweet one today for everybody. But thanks for hosting the show today. You're a man with the most. Let's dive into it.
Yeah, let's get straight into it, Dan. I'll quickly, before we do that, look at the chat. AJ, big up to yourself and Hugo, but of course, Donna, thank you very much for the super chat. We really appreciate that. Mr. Theo, unfortunately, TJ is not here today. As per your wish, I'm here for you. Yeah, unfortunately, TJ isn't here today, guys, but he will be back hopefully for the next stream. But let's dive into it. Let's get straight into it because we will try and make it a little bit of a quick one today because Dallas has to shoot off soon. I think it was deserved, the point. I think definitely, in my opinion, the game of two halves, I'd even say. I think Arsenal were definitely the better team for the first half. And the second half, I think Liverpool were the more dominant side. But the one thing I would say today was we didn't let the crowd overtake us. We didn't let the whole emotion of Anfield really get to us. We really held our own. Definitely some great individual performances, in my opinion. Some weren't great. We'll get that into it later when we did a player ratings, myself and Dal. But we walk away with a point. We're top of the league. Dal, what do you think after that? What are your thoughts?
I completely agree. It was a game of two halves. The first half, we scored in the 4th minute. I'm like, oh, okay. This could could be a 3-0, go and grab it. But obviously that didn't turn out that way. And what can you say? Alexander, what's his name? Trent Alexander ruined the game for us with that beautiful long ball to Salah, which Zinchenko was miles away from and ruined all of our fun. But overall, I think you're right. A 1-1 was well-deserved for both sides. We got off with that shot that hit the crossbar from that catastrophe of a corner kick with Odegaard and Zinchenko running into each other.
Yeah.
You could see the break was on. I think there was even 5 Liverpool players with Declan Rice, jogging back. But we got off on that one. I mean, if that goal goes in, it's 2-1, and I don't think we would have recovered. But again, the football gods were with us. And hey, Trent, you got to bury your chances. I don't know what else to say. But here we are, 1-1, and we're top at Christmas time.
Yeah, I think we got very lucky in that sort of towards the end of the game. How Trent didn't finish that is beyond me. Salah had a very good chance. Slobosly, Joe Gomez hit literally just an inch away from that goal. So I think luck was definitely not on our side tonight, but I'm not going to take away the fact that the first half I thought we were very good. I think we were definitely controlling it very well. And we definitely took Liverpool back when we scored that first goal. I knew we could do what we'd done last season when we went up 2-0. But obviously, it went up the other way when Xhaka had the challenge and it cooked up the whole crowd. But we definitely today done what I thought we'd do and actually show a bit of fight. And there was a lot of fight from a lot of the players today. There wasn't any. There were some individuals where I thought, okay, right, you could be doing a little bit better here. But no, I'd say about 7 out of 10 of the players, 8 out of 10 really tried today. And they really wanted to get something. It's just, I think you could see towards the end, a lot of players were getting knackered. And I think it does, come down to we don't have that many options on the bench. And I feel like we do. I really wish we had a bit more depth on the bench to use. So we brought on Trossard. We obviously brought on Eddie, and fair play to Eddie. He really did try. He was pressing a lot, and fair play to him. He was putting a lot of pressure on Liverpool. But I really wish we had that another option just to bring on.
For sure.
Nunez, Elliott, Gravenberch. 3 really good players, and they really did. somewhat change the game when they came on. But yeah, Dal, what was your negatives today to take?
The negatives to me was obviously Zinchenko. I don't know why he gets caught out so much. We're talking about a professional footballer who's played for Man City, plays for the Ukrainian national team, plays for Arsenal, obviously. You would think that his defensive knowledge would be pretty damn good, right?
Yep.
And again, we see, I mean, you can see the ball coming, Zinny. Like, you can see the ball coming, and you can tell that, oh, it's out here. It's not to me. It's out of base. Maybe I should scoot in a little closer to my man.
Yep.
Just simple things like that, dude. If he just, I'm thinking to myself, if almost any one of us who've ever played football is in that position, it's like you would have made sure that he would have not even touched the ball.
Mm.
The ball bounces on the ground, you kick it out, and you knock him down. On a place like that, I would have minded if he would have gotten a yellow card.
Yeah.
Instead of getting a yellow card for something stupid, I mean, there were so many fouls today. I don't even know if Zinni got a yellow card. I know Havertz did. He's done for the West Ham game.
Yeah.
But the weak points, again, man, was just Zinchenko. The defending, it's just not good enough. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, dude, Conor, is that we all know, like Arteta knows, and he continues to play him. In big games like this. I don't mind if he plays Wolves, Luton, Burnley. I get it. But in these big games, you have to stick to your man. And I can't find any real other weaknesses besides Jesus.
Yep.
Falling around. Like I was telling you, the Neymar of North London, bro. It's like, get up. I mean, yes, it hurts. I mean, he took one in the back. He shrugged it off. But it's just, bro, rolling around in the final third is not helping. It's just not helping. It's like you're not going to get the calls. And I just wonder now, really, how effective really is he? I mean, it's just really all he did. He was troublesome at times. He got some decent passes in and rotated okay. But other than that, he did nothing but fall and complain at the ref. I'm kind of tired of it, to be honest, Conor.
Yeah, I think today again. Sorry, I'm going to sort of repeat the sentence again, but I think today sort of symbolises how much we do need Ivan Toney in the team. I think it's games like this where you really need that powerhouse up front. And as much as I do like Jesus as a person, I think he is an all right player. I don't think he's a striker, but it's the times like this when you need goals down. You need goals, and there's only one man who will do it for you, and it is a striker that is going to bag you the goals you need. And Jesus isn't the answer. I mean, personally, for me, I thought we saw more threat from Nketiah in the final 15 minutes than we really did from Jesus that whole game. I mean, Jesus had that one shot at the beginning of the game, which did go over Alisson, and I thought a bit unlucky. But then again, nothing very creative. Really wasn't that great. And Zinchenko, I mean, we missed Tomiyasu today. And even probably Timber. I think Timber would have been great for this game today against Mohamed Salah. We all knew Zinchenko wasn't going to win against Salah. He's just fantastic. On when you've got him on his left foot, it is very rare when you will stop Salah on his left foot. Very rare. And
no keeper would have stopped that shot today.
Oh no, God no. And, I think it's difficult because obviously we've got, unless it was Kivior, we have no one else to put in there. But I was quite stood back when I saw that Zinchenko was actually going into the midfield and he was leaving Gabriel at left back. And I thought, we're trying to get countered here. Liverpool's plan was they're going to let us have possession and they're going to counter, which they nearly done. They had the 4 players. They had Salah, Trent, Elliott, and I think it might have been Darwin Núñez or Gravenberch. That they had them 4 all countering, and Zinchenko was in the midfield. And I'm not going to lie, I'm sorry, Zinchenko, mate. You're not going to catch up to Salah if you got. And he didn't.
Any of those players you just mentioned, he will not catch up to either one of those. Not one.
Not at all. I just wish that we had a left back and we could play Zinchenko midfield because then he'd be in his element. He wouldn't have to worry about tracking back. Well, if he had to track back, he wouldn't be going as deep. He wouldn't be going far back to the defensive line. He'd be in the midfield still. I think definitely a left back. Yeah, no, definitely. I think if Timber isn't meant to be left back for us, we need to, in the summer, definitely invest in a left back and possibly sell Zinchenko because I think if you're not going to play him in midfield, I'm sorry, there's no reason for keeping him, in my opinion, because defensively, he's just not doing the job for us. I'm sorry, he's not. And today he did let us down. He did. And I think apart from that, I think Saliba and Gabriel were fantastic today, Dal. I thought Saliba was, I know it doesn't really show on football here, but for me, he was my man of the match. Him and Gabriel were definitely alongside. Rice again, fantastic today. So good. Never slipped.
Everywhere he needed to be, bro. He was positioned so well today in front of the back four, able to drive the ball forward. And it's hard for me to find a man of the match today. In fact, I wanted to give it to Gabriel in the first 20 minutes. Gabriel Martinelli, sorry, because he was dribbling through the ball. He was going through defenses, and then he fucking just lost it, bro. Like you were saying, he just got tired out. And I think that's another weakness. It's like we're starting to see some of the weaknesses starting to really shine through now. Martinelli, 2 goals. What was it, 19th was week 20?
We're in week 19 now, 2 goals, 2 assists.
Bro, that's not going to cut it. And, Trossard looked like he was doing something out there, but was he really making any real progress? A little bit. But he was really dinking the ball around and passing it laterally or backwards again because he was just getting suffocated, just like Saka. And so we saw Saka today as well, who had more opportunity, wasn't double-teamed as much, tried to make an effort. And there's a part of me that wants to give him man of the match today because I thought there was a real effort today on his part. But I'm really struggling to who the man of the match today is. And Saliba's a good shout. Gabriel for the goal. I mean, that was a great header.
Yeah, great goal, yeah.
He was still kind of the bozo gene, I still think was a little bit showing through today. I really don't know, Conor, like for my man of the match, to be honest. But I know we can dive into ratings whenever you're ready. But I just think that there was just problems with every player across the pitch today. But Rice, but again, it's just he just ran everywhere. I feel like Rice just covered everybody, and
Rice for me, he is so solid, and I've got him on my back for a reason, not because he just joined the club, because he is a fantastic player, and this is a shirt I will be keeping for the rest of my life because I know he'll be a great player for Arsenal.
Right.
And watching him today, he's always in the right positions. He is so calm and collected on the ball. And when he has the ball on him, I can always trust him that he'll put it towards the right player or the right place. Right. And he was getting forward a bit today as well, but he was keeping his defensive line. He knew what he had to stay back and not go too far forward because he knows if he goes too far forward, they'll get counted and it ends badly. But for me, I mean, Sky Sports over here in the UK gave Saliba player of the match, and I think that's deservedly so. He was good. He was so solid today. I think Raya had a great game today. I think he couldn't have saved that goal from Salah. Bar that, I thought he was very solid. Made the saves when he needed to. I thought he was very good today. Odegaard's bit surprised that he has an 8.1. Great free kick. I want to say that. Great free kick for the first goal. Really good. Very good. But I thought he was quite lackluster today, Dal. And I'm not going to lie. He is our captain. I'll throw you this before we go into player ratings. He's our captain. And I'm seeing him on the floor, throwing his arms up. And I'm thinking, you're the captain of Arsenal. And I was sat with my dad, actually. And my dad's a massive Arsenal fan. He's one of the reasons why I'm an Arsenal fan. Right. And I said to him, when you look back and think of Tony Adams, Dad, he wouldn't have sat on that floor and complained. He'd have got back up and told everyone, hey, everyone, get back on it. We're going to go ahead and win this game. I hate when I see players like Odegaard and even some other players. I saw Havertz on the floor for a while. Even Eddie was doing it. Maybe they wanted to get out there with a draw because it keeps us top of the league. Fair enough. I want to go for 3 points. I hated seeing the likes of Odegaard, who is our captain, sitting on the floor. And I'm thinking, you want to win this game, right? Get back up, show some leadership, and actually go ahead and try and win this game instead of wasting time on the floor. What did you think? Did you think he was good today? Did you think he was a bit lackluster? I thought after the assist, he was a little bit lackluster, personally.
I think he is tired. There was a point there where he was ducking out of tackles, just like a couple of the Kai Havertz did, where one went between his legs and let the ball roll. He could have stuck his foot in. I think that he's trying to direct traffic too much at times as well. So I think that he's more concerned sometimes about where the other players are, which is fine. A captain's supposed to do that. But I think he lets that override his own concentration sometimes, meaning that when he just instinctively needs to do something, he holds back. He's hesitant. And today, when he was held back, if they lost the ball, he would get the ball, but he would give it right back.
Yeah.
I mean, there was countless times where he had, he's facing our goal, turn around, and just basically pass the ball directly right to like Curtis Jones. I thought it was at one point, and he passed it right to Virgil at one point.
Yeah, like it.
So it's like he has his little moments of brilliance, but like we talked about on Friday, is that he has to have space to do what he do and to do what he needs to do, and to look at those looping balls in there like he did for the goal, but just more consistently. I agree with you. It's like he does that, and he's like, well, I kind of did what I need to do today. I'm just going to direct traffic, and I'm going to try and, do my little flicks and tricks. How many times did we see his leg raise up today and it hit off his shin? Or, it wasn't working for him today, but I don't think he was terrible. I see Manny thinks it's one of his worst matches. I mean, if that's what you think and saw, yeah, that's fine. I think Aston Villa was one of his worst matches, and even Newcastle. But it's just there's no real there with him sometimes. It's just he's directing traffic, the effort's there, but it's like we need more. And again, I think he needs to, hit the weight room because he's getting knocked all over the pitch. Szoboszlai wasn't really doing that. Nobody's knocking Ryan Gravenberch around. He's not the man of the match today, but I've seen better and I've seen worse. So I guess he's really a 5 through the way, I guess, just sort of there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Last thing, because someone did bring it up in the chat, and I thought I'll talk about it now. Before we do that, last question for Dal, and we're going to player ratings. Big up to everyone in the chat. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. I think we're on 666 subscribers right now. So let's try and change that so we don't get any more bad luck. It is about to hit Christmas, so let's try and change that one. But honestly, guys, please, if you haven't left a like, please smash a like on the video. And if you're on playback as well, do leave a comment as well. TJ does go through all the comments. He does reply to them, so make sure you do. TJ is away with family at the moment for Christmas, so that's why he's not here. But big up to everyone. AJ, Stephanie, big up to you. Who else we got in here? We've got Tony, we've got Gooner ER, always back here. Hendon Gooner, big up. Mark, The Assembled, all the regular names. Manny, honestly, big up to all of you, and thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Yeah, big up to AJ, 17 likes. Love it. Keep it going, guys. Last question, Dal. There were two penalty incidents today. Sorry, can't speak. The Odegaard one, where the commentators over here, because I think you guys got different ones over where you are. Said you got Lee Dixon, we got Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher. And
God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, it's a bit of a.
I can understand half of that.
Yeah. But the first one was Odegaard, and obviously we saw it did hit his arm, and he saw the way. One of the commentators over here portrayed it was he was slipping on his right foot.
Yep.
And the body, the way it goes down, it's going to hit his arm either way. Do you agree with that? Because Jamie Carragher, the Liverpool player, is obviously he actually said it was a penalty. I think it is hit or miss. What do you think? Did you think it was a penalty?
If it's hit or miss, then it's not, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Right, it has to be kind of a stone cold penalty or stonewall penalty, right?
Yeah.
No, he was falling down. He was falling. You can see his right foot slip and him just trying to catch his balance with his right hand, and the ball happened just to be there. Mm-hmm. I think he had his hand down and it hit his forearm, or did his hand hit the ball? I have to look at the replay.
Yeah,
it looks like his hand was around the ball.
It hit his hand if you're going down. It was definitely questionable. But I believe, and then the next one towards the end of the game, Havertz did get shoved down by Trent. And it didn't look a bit like, it was a bit forceful. We didn't want to go down. Yeah. In my opinion, I think if the one early got given, that one might have been given. But I had a funny feeling that I don't think they gave that, because they know if they gave us that one, it would be controversy because they'd be talking about the Odegaard one and that should have been given. But either way, I think the draw is respectable. I think both teams were respectable to get a point today. I keep saying last question. This is my last question. And everyone in the chat, I want to hear your response as well. Arsenal fans or not, I'm interested to hear Spurs fans as well. I've got some Spurs fans in there and some other fans as well. Dal, do you think after the performance today that we can go ahead and still win this league title? As Liverpool are the team that are behind us. We did lose to Villa 1-0, who are 2 points behind us. Yeah. Do you still I don't think you did. Don't know if you did in the first place, but do you believe we can still go on and actually win it this year, or do you think the same frailties are here from last year? Because there were moments in this game where the attack didn't look promising, and you need goals at points. You know,
Right.
What do you think?
Well, first off, we're scoring more goals, it sounds like, from headers and set pieces than we are the same thing than we are from open play. So that's extremely worrying. Can we go on and you ask the hard questions when
Sorry about that.
I think we can definitely make a very good challenge. I'll put it at that.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say that we're going to lift the trophy at the end because it's so close right now, obviously, with Villa in the mix. And City, you know, I mean, they welcomed the draw today, so that just played in their hands. Then it played in the Tottenham's hands as well. Let's be honest. But they may have run or, you know, maybe slipped up against Everton, but it looked to be the other way. And, you know, it's not what we want to see, but, you know, they're still in this mix. Again, they dropped points, you know, a bit early in the season, but they had a lot of points early in the season. So with this run-in, I still think it's between us, Liverpool, and City, because I think City will make a rebound.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's just a matter of time before Pep figures out a new formula for Holland and how they're going to get the ball to him.
De Bruyne is back as well.
Right. And all the injuries back. And I know Rodri, I think you said, was injured.
He's picked another injury up again as well. So
right, and KDB. No, I'm not going to make that put myself out of there and say, it's ours to win now, because that drop Liverpool was still telling. I mean, you look at the goal differential, we're still behind them only by 1, which is not much. Man City's even with us.
Yep.
A Man City win at 37 points. They're only 3 behind us, so it's still.
I mean, Tottenham are only 4. Do you know what? It's very. Do you know what? And I like it this year because obviously City were. I know last year was a very exciting time for us as Arsenal fans, but as well for the league. You know, a lot. I do speak to a lot of mates who are rival fans, and a lot of them don't want Arsenal to win the league. But you know, you do like to see a bit of something different, i.e., Aston Villa being up there this year. Right. You know, so as much as I don't want Tottenham to be this close to a title, but I like how close it is. It makes it more exciting. And it makes it more like we've got to win each game, no matter if it's the likes of Sheffield or if it's Liverpool. You've got to get the points. And I think next year is going to be very interesting. And I think January has got to be big for us. And I think the deals we do in and out will be make or break for us, because I think that's what we missed out last year. As much as I didn't like the Trossard signing, I think it was a good signing. Yep. I don't think we needed Kivior. I don't really think we needed Jorginho, in all honesty. So fingers crossed we do all right in January and we bring a player or two in and maybe make an outgoing. And maybe Ramsdale might go in January. Maybe even Smith Rowe might go because he doesn't seem to be getting any game time either. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, anyway, let's move on to the player rating segment. We'll go on for another about 20 minutes. Then me and Dal are going to head out of here, or about 15 minutes. Please do leave your ratings as well in the comments, and we will be happy to take them into consideration as well. Remember, these are just our opinions. Of course, not everyone's going to agree, so we'll completely understand that. But again, if you haven't hit the like button, guys, please do. We're trying to get TJ onto 700 subscribers, maybe before Christmas. You never know. Or the start of the new year. So please do, if you haven't already. We'll take turns. Dal, you go first. Give us your rating for Raya.
8.
Yeah.
Yep. He's aggressive, comes out the box, catches the ball. He doesn't punch it. The communication line, hopefully today, will improve with the back four, right? I know that's been a big part of what I've said. He hasn't had time to develop the communication, the relationship with the back four that Ramsdale has. Yeah. But after today and the defensive performances from Gabriel and Saliba today, the three of them need to sit down, have a beer together, and discuss the rest of the season and figure out how to communicate better, because I think that is central and key for us to winning the league is defensive, keeping the goals out. Ray was spectacular today.
100%. I think he was
a solid goal. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I think
he was absolutely fine today. Did nothing wrong. He couldn't save the goal against Salah. I don't blame him for that. It wasn't his fault. That was Zinchenko's fault. So yeah, I completely agree with you, bro. Ben White, for me, not as influential as I thought he would have been, but to be fair, I think he handled Diaz all right. There was a moment in the first half where they were 1-on-1, and I was like, stick a leg out, but then Saliba blocked it. I thought he was okay. I don't think he was the best, but he was all right. So I'm going to give him a 7. I'll go for a 6, actually. I don't think he was the best out of the defense. So I'm going to give him a 6, personally.
6 is fair. I thought he was a little quiet today, but that means he was doing his job.
Yeah, completely agree. But above average. Saliba, what are you going for, Dal?
Saliba, after much time of deliberation during our quick show here, I'm going to have to give him man of the match a 9.
Yeah, fair. Absolutely agree. I think he was so solid today. Honestly, I even heard the likes of Jamie Carragher, and he's a Liverpool legend. Yeah, you can say Liverpool legend if you want to. Great centre back for Liverpool. He even said he reminds him of a young Virgil van Dijk. He could be the next Virgil van Dijk. And if that's Liverpool centre back, former Liverpool legend centre back saying that, then and a lot of people are criticising him, saying he's not good. And I'm thinking, what are you smoking? He's easily one of the best centre backs in the league at the moment. So I thought he was great. Completely agree with you. Gabriel got the goal, obviously. Got the only goal in the game for us. It was a great header. And I thought he was really solid. I definitely think Saliba just edged him a bit. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm going to give him an 8. I think they were both as good as each other. And maybe right now the best pairing in the league.
I would agree with that.
I mean, both teams, Liverpool and Arsenal, conceded the same amount of goals. Konate hasn't been fully fit all season, I believe. Well, I'm going to say it quickly. Konate was fantastic today for Liverpool. So was Virgil. But I think Konate was very, very good. Before any Liverpool fans come for me, I think he's a very good player. I think
he's very, very good.
Yeah, and I do hate seeing Dal when I see people saying, "Oh, but Saliba can't make the French team." But you got to look at it. The defensive options they've got at the French team are very, very good. And I think the fact Saliba gets on the bench shows that he's good because they've got a lot of options.
Right. And just a little point on that. Let's be real. The French national team is one of the hardest national teams to get into. I mean, if you're not a graduate of Clairefontaine, forget it. Pretty much. You, bro. I mean, it's just like I'm pretty sure he is a graduate of Clairefontaine, or else he wouldn't be in the team.
Yeah.
And second of all, I mean, it's like he's still 23.
Yeah.
I mean, the seasoned defenders, I think, at Barcelona are 20. Barcelona shit. Team are 26, 27. Well, I was thinking like Koundé, right?
Okay. They got the likes of Lucas Hernandez. They've got. Brand still plays there, so they've got
on and on. Upamecano, right?
Yeah,
To say Saliba's not, that good, but he's still in that class. Give me a break.
Just wait until he gets to Van Dijk's age. I'm telling you, he will be maybe not at Arsenal, but I think he might be at Real Madrid at that point, or Barcelona. Zinchenko, you go for that one, Dal, mate.
I'm going to give. Like you and I were saying, the midfield stuff he did today was good.
Yep.
He looked good in the midfield. He is absolutely a shit left back defender. I'm sorry. He's on my list of 8 or 9 players for the January summer clear out. He was absolutely a 4 today.
Yeah, he wasn't great. I may go for a 3 because he did let the goal in. But to be fair, like you said, we've got this colour system for a reason. I think going forward, we had a couple of flicks and tricks. But to be fair, it's against Mohamed Salah. And I didn't expect him to,
I expect him to stay close to him and not give him 10 yards. Like we talked about when the ball's coming over the top, it's like you're looking at the ball and you don't see your player next to you, then you're out of position.
Yep.
I just don't know why he can't make that calculation in his head. Like, he's probably their most potent, lethal player on the pitch, and you're giving him just acres of space.
Yep.
And again, it's like the Trent Alexander nutmeg. These things add up. They add up. The little mistakes add up. So, yeah, he could have, if he would have played Salah closer. For me, I'm a big guy. Like I said, I would have just knocked Salah on his ass and knocked the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Get the goal. But, a 3.5. I'm fine with a 3. He was very bad today, but again, his midfield work was good, but that just brings me from a 1 to a 3 because we don't really rate him as a midfielder either.
Yeah. We
don't rate him as a left back or a midfielder, so he needs to go. We need to find a better player.
We'll do a 1 for him for tying his shoelaces, 2 for putting the shirt on, and 3 for doing all right in the midfield. So that's how we'll go up to that. That's Declan Rice, for me, an 8. I'm sorry, I've got to give him an 8. I think he just controls that midfield so easily. I know Jamino's in here. Big up to Jamino, by the way. I know you are not his biggest fan, but for me, so controlling in that midfield, so calm, so collective. You know, he didn't really get. Whenever he had the ball, Liverpool players didn't have a sniff at all, and this is why we bought him. And rival fans seem to think, oh, he's not worth that. I'm telling you, this man is worth the money, and he should be in a Premier League winning side, whether that would be us or City or Liverpool. He deserves to be in a team like that, and he is so good. And I will keep saying it till the day I die. Seriously, he's so good. So no explanation for me. I'm going to give him an 8.
No explanation for me. 8.
Yeah. Kai Havertz for you, Dal. What are you going for?
I'm going to give Havertz a 6 today.
Yep.
I thought he was a little bit above average. It's looking a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he's got a little more courage to move the ball forward, get in the box, make something happen. It didn't happen for too much today. I think he was a little marked out of the game. He was a little quiet, but I think a 6 is fair.
Yep, I agree. I think he wasn't as influential, but he made the passes when he needed to, and he didn't have like a bozo gene today. So I think fair play to him. He's been no goal and assist, but it is against Liverpool. They are right behind us, but I'm glad he looked like he gave a shit today.
And he wanted it. He cared. Starting to blend in. He's starting to blend in the squad, which is what is, it's not what we wanted. He's not the player we wanted, but we bought him. He's here. He's got the shirt. We can, at this point in time, seeing that he's one of our top league goal scorers, we've got to get behind him. And today the opportunities just didn't come for him. So fair to Guy.
I agree. Martin Odegaard, captain, fantastic. I don't think he was ghost to guard. It was a great free kick to get Gabriel the goal. Great set piece, and that's the reason we've got him, because he's really good at set pieces.
Right.
But apart from that,
a lot of running around.
Yeah, a lot of running around, not really getting anywhere. When he gets the ball, he was losing it a good couple times. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7, Dal. What would you go for? I'll go with whatever you go for.
I'm torn between 6 and 7. Him and Kai were pretty equal today, so I'm going to give him a 6.
I'll go for 6 then. I wish he would show a little bit more leadership in some way, Dal. I really wish he did, personally.
These aren't the teams that he shines against, right?
Yeah.
He needs room to move the ball. And he did have room today. I thought there was some times he did some great stuff, but it's just, we need that little extra more,
Yeah, I agree. Bukayo Saka, we're going for, Dal.
Bukayo Saka, I'm going to...
I think he got back-pocketed a bit by Gomez when he came on. I think Tsimikas, he was all right, but Joe Gomez had a very good game today for Liverpool, and I think...
He had a shot, too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Saka was a little bit in his back pocket today.
Saka a 6, possibly?
Yeah, I'd go for a 6. I think he wasn't he was trying. Don't get me wrong, Saka was trying. Right. I think he had a couple good opportunities. He just couldn't. The Liverpool defense is so solid. He just couldn't get a shot off. Whenever he had a chance, there was someone there blocking it every single time. So I think he was trying. Maybe a little bit up to a 7, but I think a 6 is fair. A high 6. I'd go for that.
6.5.
Martinelli, for me, he tried. Again, he tried. Don't get me wrong. He made a couple great runs. Really good couple great runs. But, you look at the stats and you think 2 goals, 2 assists, and we're nearly at the new year. And he was cooking last year.
Yeah, he had 15 goals by this time last year.
Yeah, he was cooking. And it's like, what's happened? Is he tired? Like, do we need to put Trossard in for the next game? We might have to put Trossard in over Havertz because he's done that a couple of times. Arteta. I put him in the same bracket, maybe a 6, because
Yeah, I was maybe going to say a 5 because I was really disappointed in the second half. I thought he would come out with a lot more energy. That first half, I thought he was the most dominant offensive player on the pitch.
Yep.
Making like diagonal runs from his position towards the middle. Yeah. He was the counterattack guy. He was receiving the ball when we were in trouble defensively. A 5 because I think it really fell off in the second half.
I agree. Gabriel Jesus wasn't great, was it, Dal? What do you think?
I think he was one of the worst players on the pitch. I'm going to give him a 3 today.
Yeah,
ran around and complained and fell down and complained at the ref. Tried some little things, ball bouncing off his shin, his knees, doing back. It's like, just stand there, bro. Just stand on the penalty spot.
Yeah.
your body, receive the ball, spin the defender, and slot it near far post, whatever side you're on. It's like he's running around so much that I feel like when Saka and Martinelli does lift his head, that he's just out here, or he's too close in, or he's here, or he's here. He's just not in the place where he's freaking supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's the striker instinct that he's missing.
I agree.
I don't put Martinelli in for him and bring Trossard in, right?
Yeah.
But Martinelli, who would have, I think, is taller, a little more physical, and would have had more to give.
Yeah, I agree.
More tired in the second half. So I just wish Arteta would look at that a little bit more. Like, you do not need to directly replace Jesus with Nketiah. There's not a direct link there. It hasn't really worked out much, right? But there is a link where you bring Trossard on the left and move Martinelli up front when the energy is still there. And obviously today in the second half, that's what he was missing the most. So that's just my little idea of keeping Eddie off. When Jesus is productive, use what you have. That's just something that I just wish he would use that more. I guess that strategy more.
I agree. I don't know what his position is now, because I don't think it's striker. I don't know if it's attacking mid. I don't know if it's a centre forward role. But even that, when he's on his own up front, I feel like maybe he would work in a 4-4-2, someone next to him. I don't know. It's just he's got that Brazilian flair to him, and we all know that. It's just where. I don't know where the hell we put him. I really don't. And I do think if we do get a striker, and if it is Ivan Toney, I think Jez is on the chopping block. Honestly, I just don't think it's going to work for him at Arsenal. I really don't think it is.
Really? I think Nketiah on the chopping block.
Oh God, yeah, Eddie's first. Eddie's gone. Eddie's
Eddie's like will be cleaning the bus and walking win.
Yeah.
But Jesus, I still think provides value in that he's versatile, because he can't play the left, the center, right, and the right wing. And I think that City have found some success with him at the right wing at times. A couple seasons ago.
Yeah, no, he's played on the right wing a couple of times. He's looked all right. But hey, listen, he wasn't great today. Let's just hope that
he wasn't.
He carries it on, tries to get some form. I mean, he's one of our top goal scorers at the moment, I believe. So in all comps. So now moving to the subs. Only 2 today. I didn't really think we had a really lot to offer on the bench. I mean, I would have liked to have seen Smith Rowe maybe over Odegaard at some point. But hey ho, it is what it is. Or maybe Reece Nelson. But we brought on Trossard for Martinelli. What do you think of him, Dal, when he came on? I thought he was.
I thought that there was a little bit of a spark there, because he was finding some space, and I was just kind of waiting for him to roast Joe Gomez, but that kind of never really happened. Again, he got swarmed by their midfield and defense, and you could see times he was near the touch line and dribbling, doing rollovers and stuff, trying to get out of trouble.
We had an awful set piece. We had a corner, and
I know. It just didn't go at the first man. Yeah, Gomez.
But I agree with you. I think he came on and he definitely added a bit more of a flair to the game. I think I spoke to a couple of Liverpool fans this week, actually. And I was on Ashmatic's channel the other day for the preview or for a rival show, and a guy called Gokes was on there. And he even said, I hope Trossard doesn't play, because he is Liverpool's worst nightmare. He is so fast and skillful, we can't keep up with him. And there were moments where he was showing that. Right. And for me, I personally give him maybe a 5, because he didn't get a lot of time, or a 6. What do you think?
Yeah, I think a 5's fair.
Yeah, we'll go with a 5 then. I wish he was maybe born a bit earlier.
Yeah, I really thought, that first quarter, you were right, it was terrible. And then we got to about the 88th minute in that corner, and I was like, please don't hit the first man. Yeah. Please don't hit the first man. And of course, it just goes a little over, but I don't know. Not convinced.
I agree. Final one, Eddie Nketiah. Not a fan of him still, but fair play. He came on and he done what he said he likes to do, which is a poacher. He was pressing a lot, putting a lot of pressure on Liverpool, and I was liking it. He came on the fresh legs. I wish we brought on Nelson or Smith Rowe, honestly, because Klopp brought on Gravenberch, Elliott, and Nunes, 3 fresh legs. Yeah, and I really wish we'd done that. You could see that the players were tired, and I don't blame them. It was a back and forth type of game. It was one end and then it was the other. So the players were knackered. Definitely the players worked their socks off today. I just wish Arteta used more subs, and I don't know what it is with him and subs. Like even my dad was saying, what is it with this guy?
Doesn't trust him, dude.
it's like he's allergic to them at some point.
They make him sneeze.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, Eddie, yeah, I agree. For me, Eddie personally came on, and he did try. He wasn't just running about. He was pressing. He was trying. Unfortunately, couldn't really get anything off. Alisson, there was a chance where he was getting the ball. Alisson got there first.
Right.
I think Trossard was a little bit more effective on the ball. So for that, I'll probably give Eddie a 4. Or is that too harsh? What do you think, Dan?
I think a 4 is perfect. I was going to say 5, but then that's too much.
Yeah, we'll go with a 4. And finally, we'll go with yours opinion first, and we'll go with my Mikel Arteta. What did you think of him today? Lineup, tactics in general. What did you think overall, Dan?
Lineup was what I expected. I think what we all expected with the injuries. I just wish that there was a part in the game where we scored, and I think that we took our foot off the gas pedal for about 10 minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
There's about a 10 to 12 minute spell where I think we could have hit them on the 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if it was 2-0, then we're talking a complete different game. But I think that his only weakness today was his subbing. I thought the tactics were fine. The lineup was fine. But when you see Liverpool bring 3 players out, match it. Just match it. Match the energy. Like, you're not – like, playing Emerald Smith Rowe, if he's fit, will be okay in the 75th minute against Liverpool. It's okay, Arteta. You can let the kid go and play. I just don't understand, like 2 subs?
We needed the players were shattered by the end of that. They were absolutely shattered.
Oh, for sure. And I just think that we start thinking about fitness levels, injuries. I'm sorry. I gotta kind of give him a 4 today.
Yeah,
I think give him more, but I just think that the subbing thing was just so bizarre. It's just weird.
I agree. I mean, for me, the lineup was what we expected. That's the lineup I predicted. I expected Havertz to be in there, and everything was correct to me, bar obviously the injuries we've got, which is not really many to our main 11. But subs were wrong. I mean, substitutions, the amount was wrong. I think we should have brought on Reece. We know Reece offers more, offers a bit when he comes off the bench. He always tries. I mean, we watched him against PSV away. He was fantastic. Right. And I really wish he gets more of a chance, in all honesty. I think, I'll quickly go on this quickly before we go. Arteta needs to give players a chance that aren't his main 11. Mm-hmm. Even the youngsters. I watched United today, and I know United lost 2-0. But at least, and I know they didn't, I mean, listen, they could have put Amrabat at centre-back today, but United decided to go with a 19-year-old academy kid. And he done a pretty good job. I wish Arteta, not in today's game, but just in future games, I wish he would give the youngsters more of a chance. Mm-hmm. Because Saka got found out by Emery because he got given a chance. Joe Willock at the time got found out. He got given a chance. I know Willock was more around the end of the Wenger era, but he got more and more into the squad around Unai Emery's time. That's what I like from Unai Emery, and he was doing that. Same with sort of Eddie Nketiah, really. Eddie Nketiah was more towards, again, the end of Wenger's era. But again, he got brought in more, and I know we want him out now. But the point I'm making is I really wish Arteta would give these players, not just the youngsters, but the players that are there to be used, give them a go. Right. Just give them a go. Like there's no if you're seeing that the players are knackered and they're not going to go on, then make the sub. It's not really going to hurt, is it? Unless you're bringing off someone like Declan Rice, who's having a really good game, or William Saliba. But when you're seeing Odegaard's getting a bit tired, Jesus, Saka was at some point as well, even Havertz. Make the change and
TSR slotted in for Havertz just fine.
Yeah, I think the tactics. I was surprised he went inverted at times because they countered us and we could have gone 2-1 down. We were very lucky, very ballsy to do that. But I think the attacking play was all right, but the subs needed to be made. I agree with you, Dal. 4 for me, mate. 4. I think just below average, and I wish. But then again, we got the point at Anfield. It's very rare when we get a point at Anfield, but maybe we're being a bit harsh. But it's our ratings. If you don't like them, sorry, but that's our ratings. But I think it's all right. I think the point, we're top of the league still.
I mean, that was the worst. I mean, we didn't lose. I see a couple comments I want to highlight, though, like Gooner ER and Hendon, who are saying, screw the youngsters. And I get that, but that's Arteta's fault for not doing the business, guys, in January, right? We could have gotten more seasoned players in, replaced some youngsters that weren't working. I blame that on Arteta. He's the cause of his own fucking problem.
Yep.
Get the players in that you want to use, right? Like it's like I tell Uncle Rods, I don't want to see Hussam, I don't want to see Jorginho.
Yep.
I don't even. I mean ESR, right? And Gooner ER's got a point. We're not going to win the league with youngsters. But Arteta put himself in a position where that's all we have to play.
Yep.
He does not trust anyone outside of the top 11, maybe 13 players. If you throw Trossard and Kedia, which the trust I don't think is there, but he trusts Trossard to do something. But Trossard is probably wanting to leave, like we talked about a few months ago, because he's just coming in to be the savior.
Yeah, and I agree.
I don't know. Trossard's good, but he ain't no damn savior. He ain't. When we see Declan Rice, it's like we have to play the youngsters because we have to. So and Gooner ER, I get what you're saying. They don't win league. I totally get that. But
I wish at times they were given more of a chance. Like, you look at the PSV game, Dal. That was screaming for a bit of Arsenal youth to come through and have a game. It's just that moments when you think, when we've got the opportunity, use them. And I just want to, not in this game, by the way, guys. I didn't expect him to use youngsters for this game. Right. But I mean, let's be honest. The only time Arteta's brought on a youngster for a game is to do a Guinness World Record when Wanyeri came on for the youngest ever player. And we know why he done that. He done it for PR.
Yeah.
So I wish he would do it more personally. Not now, but in the games where we need them. So anyway.
Right. Youth equals excuses because you can always blame the kids on making mistakes. You're absolutely right. And it's his fault that he hasn't shipped out some of these youngsters like Emerald Smith-Rowe, who's been with the club so long. And in all honesty, great goals, but has absolutely produced really, let's be honest, guys, really not much here at Arsenal.
Yeah, completely agree.
Great goals, but, it's just And I blame managers. I blame Wenger for some of that, and I blame Arteta for some of that.
Yeah.
For just keeping this kid locked up, and we've past 40 mil from Villa, but that's the last team I want him to go to now.
Yeah, exactly in the position they're in. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, that is the player rating segment done, guys. Thank you very much to us. No, that's the stream over. Thank you very much for tuning in. Quickly, one last thing, because Anthony said it earlier. Conor, you changing your fantasy football team around. I'm not going to lie, Anthony. You're leading that thing like a madman. You are taking over that table like it's no tomorrow. The problem is, Anthony, I've got a problem with transferring too much at the beginning of the season, so I've lost like a load of points. I've practically out. I'm doing it still every week, but I'm practically out of it. Anthony, you're winning that thing, mate. I'm telling you. But keep doing you. I'm going to change it around a bit, definitely, in the new year. But we'll see what happens. But yes, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Merry Christmas. This is the last stream before Christmas for everyone, whether you're celebrating it tomorrow, because some people celebrate it tomorrow for Christmas Eve. Some people celebrate on the actual day on Christmas. So big up to everyone. It's been a really good year on TJ's channel. He started it in I think it was April or March. So it's been a really good year. Yeah. So it's been a really good year. And hopefully we can double the subs even more next year. We'll get more people watching. But thank you to everyone for tuning in. The regulars that are always here, Hendon Gooner ER, even different people like Tony, Will was in here earlier, Scott, so many other names to mention. Hugo, too many. Anthony, so many. AJ, all of you. Thank you so much for everything you do for this channel. Just the fact that you guys are here spending time with us, it means a lot. Even if you're just leaving a comment, it means a lot. So thank you very much. I'm speaking for TJ here because TJ would probably say the exact same things. He appreciates every single one of you, and you guys are so spot on with your opinions as well. We're all real ones. We don't cut corners. We all really get on. And so I hope you all have a great Christmas. Dal, anything you want to quickly add, bro, before we head off?
No, I think you basically closed it out perfectly. Thanks for everyone for spending your 45 minutes, an hour with us. Shout out TJ and the rest of course, the Sarcasm City crew as well, who we were working with closely now, and really enjoying that relationship. But shout out to everybody in the chat coming through, your opinions, your comments. Thank you. And every one of you had a blessed Christmas holiday.
100%. Thanks very much, guys. We will see you probably for the match reaction against West Ham. Maybe a stream before that. TJ will probably let you guys know in the community tab. Thank you very much, guys. Top of the league for Christmas. Little bit of a present from Arsenal. Yeah. Fingers crossed we can actually be there in May and lift the trophy. But we'll wait and see. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. And we'll catch you guys later. Take care.